This is Coffee, Country, and Cody.
Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome in. This is the Simply Superior Studio at the A-Cup House right here on the Opry Plaza. It's Coffee, Country, and Cody. I'm Kelly Sutton. That's Charlie Mattos. We've got Joel Wilson upstairs. Everybody else is MIA.
That's all we got.
That's all we got. Annie Nye on her way to Napa because Live in the Vineyard is going country. So she's going to send back some videos and tell us what's happening out there. A lot of the country folks get to go play in the vineyard. I've been a couple of times. It's magical. She's going to have the best time. And then I leave tomorrow.
Yes. I'm sure in the vineyard, certain beverages are served.
Can I tell you?
In large quantities.
Do you know what I said to her last? The last thing I said to her, she was getting in her car to leave yesterday. So years ago when I went, I was really into this workout plan with my personal trainer, Kat. And I called Kat and I said, Kat, I got some bad news. I'm going to Napa and I don't know if I'm going to be able to stick to the diet plan that we've had worked out. And I wasn't drinking. And, I said, it's going to be in Napa. And her last words to me were, drink like a fish, eat like a bird. And so that's what I told Annie when she left. I said,
wow, all right.
Eat like a bird, drink like a fish. And she laughed. She was like, okay.
Where is this personal training? Where can I access this service?
She said,
This is my kind of trainer.
Well, she said, look, don't deny yourself because you're going on this fantastic trip. You want to taste what they're sampling out there, all their wares. So don't overeat. If you're going to use the calories, use them for wine. And I did. And it was lovely. Let me just say. So, I'm the big sister that Annie and I never needed. Telling her. I don't recommend that to anybody else who's listening this morning, but good morning. Welcome in. It is going to be an incredible show. We got a lot to talk about. As far as entertainment headlines go, Riley Green's going to be a part of the Next Stage presentation that's happening in Texas. This is really cool. It's like you get to see all of our Next Stage artists. You get to see Jelly Roll as the MC, and then Riley Green is going to perform on top of all of that. So incredible show. I'll give you the details. Shania has the summer tour planned out for us. Dierks has a new video to go along with his new song, Well, Well, Whiskey. And we played a little bit of that for you earlier. So stay tuned. We'll play a little bit of the video coming up. And Tammy Nielsen. I'm obsessed with Tammy Nielsen, but I'm not the only one. Ashley McBride and Shelley Fairchild are two of the biggest Tammy Nielsen fans. Tammy played the Opry on Friday night, and they both came wearing, or was it? Yeah, it was Friday night.
It was Friday, yeah.
They both came wearing their Tammy Nielsen T-shirts.
I love that.
That said, I want to be her when I grow up. So we're going to rewind. She was in with us here before she took the stage at the Opry. So just in case you missed it, that's coming up. And we're going to go back to the Grand Ole Opry stage. Sierra Hull with All I Ever Wanted. We got a lot to talk about this morning.
Indeed. Yep. I'm going to start it off with Ernest. Yeah.
Loves him.
Yeah. I got to be a fan when he joined us right before his Opry debut as well. Just engaging guy, really terrific lyrics.
Right.
Makes you think a little bit.
When he has a segment, I think he had maybe 3 or 4 songs. It felt like a mini concert, like the full band. We got the full experience. He was working all over the stage, taking up, every corner. And he talks. There was a lot that was happening that night, and it was really, really special. Charles Wesley Godwin on stage at the Grand Ole Opry. Hello, good morning. We are sitting inside the Simply Superior Studio, the A-Cup House here on the Opry Plaza. Kelly Sutton, Charlie Mattos.
What a delightful segment with Tammy Nielsen. I missed her on Friday, so it was cool to get to walk. I've never met her. And I just love her sound.
So here's what happened that night. That was the prelude to what was happening at the Grand Ole Opry. So went on stage at the Grand Ole Opry, and she's so comfortable. I mean, she's done this since she was 12. So she's just really comfortable in her own skin and being on stage. And so she starts talking to the audience, and she tells them the story about being 16 years old and going to the Ryman Auditorium and seeing Vince Gill. And she said, I looked up and there he was, and he looked so good, and his skinny little butt in his jeans. And she said,
what year did she see Vince?
Charlie Mattos. I hope and pray Vince Gill is not listening to this right now.
Oh, I with my luck, I know he is.
Okay, so she says that, and she said, my 16-year-old hormones were raging. And she said, she was going on and on about how much she loved Vince Gill. And then she said, I haven't met him yet, but he's here tonight. Mm-hmm. And she said, please don't be afraid of me, Vince. Please don't be afraid. So I go get Vince. And I was like, did you just hear that?
Right.
And he said, no, what did she say? He was in the other room. And I said, well, she said that when she was 16, she saw you and your skinny little butt on stage at the Ryman Auditorium and she fell in love. And he goes, she did not. And I said, she did. You have to come out with me when I take her off. So she finishes and I say, ladies and gentlemen, Tammy Nielsen, please meet Vince Gill. And I step back and Vince is standing there and the crowd went nuts. And he turns around and he shakes his butt and goes, he said, not so skinny anymore. It was so perfect. And then they walked off and I said, they're going to go talk backstage and get to know each other better. But it was such the perfect setup. And it was just an incredible night. Everybody loves her and such a beautiful voice.
Well, it is the great thing about Vince, too. Not only that he's been at the Opry so much this past year, which I think anytime he's had a break from the Eagles, and of course he's got a big solo tour heading out, I think in the late spring.
May.
Well,
starts late May.
That's
May.
soon.
May 8th is the first date.
Yep. And then 5 nights at the Ryman in August.
Yep.
So we'll miss him a little bit during that. But he's been there as often as he can. But he's there for the whole show. Yeah. And he's made so many people's nights. I remember Caitlin Butts walking off after her debut, and he was right there waiting for her. He goes, "Nice job, Okie." And just, she lit up like a Christmas tree.
Yeah. And he does the thing where he sits on the stage for the second half. Yep. And so he was sitting back there just watching Ashley McBride. And, we were laughing about all of it. I introduced him to my mom and dad. And my dad's like, well, hi, Vince. Nice to meet you. And I said, yeah. My dad plays guitar. He plays some of your stuff on Thursday nights at the Sutton household when they do the guitar pool. Super fun. So get your tickets, basically, is what we're saying. You never know what's going to happen at the Grand Ole Opry.
And he is back, I believe, this Friday and Saturday. And then the first weekend in May.
And a little birdie told me.
Oh, I like birdies.
And I don't know if they're already released. If they're not, they will be soon. More dates at the Sphere with the Eagles in this fall.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which we were wondering. They kept saying, last shows. And I'm like, I'm not going to get out there to see them yet. So it's going to be happening in the fall. And Stevie Nicks is also doing a residency in the fall. And I love Stevie Nicks. Mm-hmm. So there might be a double dip of Eagles, Stevie Nicks in Las Vegas.
I made a Fleetwood Mac fan really mad at me one time, and I said, well, I have never seen Fleetwood Mac, but I've seen Stevie 4 times, so I feel like I've seen Fleetwood Mac.
Oh, no, you haven't. No, you haven't.
No, I've since seen Fleetwood Mac twice as well.
Okay, good.
But.
Yeah. I saw them.
No, I get Lindsey Buckingham. I mean, of course.
I've seen them 5 times, I think.
Fleetwood Mac?
Yeah.
But you never seen Stevie solo?
Oh, yeah. No, I saw.
Oh, okay.
I hosted Nashville New Year's Eve with Stevie Nicks.
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Yes. Okay.
so I got to actually be near her. It was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, all that to be said. Big fan. Get your tickets.
Your mic off now.
Thank you. Speaking of big fans, Riley Green, let's get ready for it because it's happening in Texas. Man, the 60th annual ACM Awards are coming up quick, May 8th. They're going to be in Frisco, Texas. And one of the things that's happening just beforehand is the Opry Next Stage Live show from Texas. You're going to get all of our new Opry Next Stage class of 2025. They're going to be there, including Chase Beckham, Dasha, Tiger Lily Gold, Tucker Wetmore, Avery Anna, Caitlin Butts, and Cassius Culpepper. Jelly Roll is hosting it. And now Riley Green is going to be playing live. So you get a Riley concert, you get to meet all of our Opry Next Stage, and Jelly Roll is your host.
Well, I remember Lainey was the guest last year during the Next Stage show. Jelly hosted as well. So they get an alum from that to come and do it, which is really cool.
The crazy thing is, when they started this stage, they asked me to host it, and I couldn't because I was already spoken for doing things for Amazon. And instead, they got Jelly Roll. And I was like, oh, okay.
Well, I won't be asked again now, apparently.
Good backup, I guess. If that's what you wanted, that's fine. So that's going to be happening coming up. Also, Shania Twain Summer Tour, get ready for it. She is dropping tickets, everybody. They go on sale Friday at 10 a.m. And she is going to be out all over the place. She starts in Montana, but then circles around. She's got shows in Florida, added a second show in Jacksonville. She's going to be up in Canada as well. You can find everything on her website. Get those tickets. Starts at 10 a.m. Kip Moore is opening some of those shows.
I was going to ask if Lindsay L was still touring with her too, because Lindsay was part of the band for the last half of the last tour.
What? I don't know. The one that kind of threw me when I saw that was Kip Moore, and I was like, huh.
What an interesting combination.
Very, very. So she's got different openers in different cities. Just check it all out on her website. Let's talk about Dierks Bentley. He's got new music coming to us. We're getting his 11th studio album. We're so excited about it. Broken Branches comes out June 13th, and he's going to be going out on a tour with the very same name. He has a new track he just released. It's called Well, Well Whiskey. What does it remind you of? Maybe a little throwback to earlier eras. Think Up on the Ridge album. He's purposely done that. He said, you know what, there were times that I could really lean into that sound. That's Brian Sutton, by the way, on guitar. Cousin Sutton. I don't know if we're related. We've said that for years. When I saw him, I'm like, hey, what's
Somewhere
up,
there was a Sutton.
Sure.
Yep.
So if you're looking forward to this, June 13th, pre-save, get your tickets. He's going to go out on tour, as we mentioned. And one more for you, Ashley Cook dropping the F word. Brand new song, Not What You Think. I do love the phrasing of this because, you know, when it comes out and it's like Ashley with the F word, you're like, what is it? There it is. The F word is forever. We will not be violating FCC rules this morning. Thank you very much. There's more here as we wrap it up with all of our streaming partners on Circle Country when we come back. It's Coffee Country and Cody.
From WSM Radio, this is Coffee, Country, and Cody.
Okay, we were just reminiscing that it seems like it was yesterday. Maggie Baugh was sitting on that stage right here, our Assembly Food Hall stage, and we got to surprise you with your invite to play the Grand Ole Opry.
Yep, I wasn't sure if I should wear waterproof mascara today, if you had anything else up your sleeve. So thank God you don't.
That was such a special moment. We don't get to do that very often, but when we do, man, it is really, really cool.
Aww.
So congratulations on that.
Thank you. I've always told,
night.
I mean, listen, I've known you guys since I was like, and especially Bill, I've known him since I was like 17 years old.
Right.
So I've always said, and you know, Audrey McGrady, the girl who actually planned the entire thing, I told her too, just in passing, I was like, if and when that day ever happened, I really wanted Bill to be the one to surprise me. So, and being here in the WSM studios and having you guys a part of it, I mean, it honestly was a full circle moment, no pun intended, and it was so special. So thank you for being the ones to tell me that amazing news.
It was fun to watch all your friends come running over from the Opry. They were standing outside
in the rain, if I remember correctly. It was a rainy morning.
Champagne and everything for you. So, I mean, now we've checked that off the bucket list. Girl, you are going on a massive tour.
Thank you.
This is huge.
Thank you.
So many good things are happening for you. Aww. And I know it seems like it all happens all at one time, right? Like this big overnight success. But talk to us about all of the years that you've put in before now.
I mean, I've been doing this for 12 to 13 years already. I started playing guitar and singing when I was 12, and I just turned 25. I came to Nashville and recorded my very first album when I was 13. So I know that this Dear Me record that came out in 2023, I say is my freshman album, but it's really not. It's like my 7th record that I've ever done. So I don't have any of 13-year-old Maggie online right now, thank God. No one needs that. But I want people to know that this record that's coming out is not my sophomore album. It's going to be like my 8th record that I've ever done. So, I mean, listen, I went from playing to the side stage at noon for 4 hours at a time to now headlining my hometown festivals, to headlining festivals in both the UK and the USA. And that's what this tour is about, just getting out there and making fans and doing the grind. And I've been doing it for a while, but I'm not done.
Yeah, you're already 20-something shows into this tour.
Yeah.
Already, too. So, So how was the Boca gig, though? Because that's the hometown show.
It was amazing. We were just chatting off air, but I basically sold it out. All right. It was amazing. It was my very first time actually doing this whole tour is my very first time time actually doing hard ticket club dates. And so, you know, whenever I play festivals, it's easy. It's a built-in crowd. And, you know, whenever you go to a club, you're like, oh my God, I hope people show up, you know? And it was so cool to be able to be like, you know, we're 10 tickets away from selling this out. This is crazy. So that's what this entire year has been about.
Well, it's a different mentality too, because they're not just there for the whole day. They're there for you.
Exactly.
And it's kind of cool.
It has been so surreal. I mean, the song that I'm going to be playing today is called Entertainer's Heart, because it doesn't matter how many butts are in the seats. It doesn't matter how big the venue is. I mean, I played to 7 people in the middle of Bloomington, Indiana, to like selling out my hometown and every single ticket number that you could possibly think of in between. And I put on the same show. It doesn't matter.
Oh, Charlie Daniels had a great line, never look at the empty seats. That
Oh,
was
girl,
the
I
name
have
of the
that book.
It's the book, yes. And it really is true. It's so hard, though. It's easy to say.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine that it's easy to do, especially when you're up there and you're like, I'm about to give this my all. And I see the bartender and 2 other people who might look like they've already been overserved. Like, how do you shift your mind into this is going to be an incredible show, even if the crowd isn't necessarily on your side yet?
I will have to say that like I booked this entire tour myself. So I didn't have an agent. I didn't work with anybody. It was literally just me. So I didn't really know what to expect. I didn't really know what I was getting into. And I'll be honest, like during the day when I'm the one being like, okay, well, here's the green room. Wait, what time is VIP? And like, I'm the one doing it all. I will say, you know, like it's a little hard because I'm just like, oh my God, I'm wearing so many hats. No pun intended. But what makes it all worth it at the end of the day is when you have 1 or 2 people showing up singing the words to your songs. I remember that I was in the middle of Cleveland, Ohio. And when I tell you I was like at a 50s dive bar, okay? Dive bar.
Good stuff.
Like checkerboard flooring,
Sure,
like tiny
sure.
little stage. I think the stage was honestly this big. And it was crazy because I was like, oh my God, how many people are really going to show up, right? But I had like 60 people show up, most of them in the front row singing all the words to my song. And I'll never forget that I got an encore, like a genuine encore for the very first time. And I sang a song and people were singing louder than me to my song. And I actually broke down crying. So to answer your question, that's what makes it worth it. Just 1 or 2 people singing my songs back to me.
Well, and the cool part is this is where you truly make fans forever, because they'll get to talk to you after. They'll go to the merch table. You'll sign the CD. You'll take a photo.
Yeah.
And like you can't erase those memories. Those are huge things for an artist and their fan at that time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you're never going to believe I've actually had people who were at my Grand Ole Opry debut coming to my show who had the Grand Ole Opry poster with my name on it asking me to sign it. I was like, you're at my debut? That's so cool. Yeah.
And you're exactly right, Charlie. I mean, I think, you know, Taylor Swift is the master of this, but when you have this fan base and they're growing with you and they've been with you every step of the way, that's very special because you feel a part of that growth. You've been a part of that journey. And I think that that's what's happening with a lot of your fans right now.
And I really love it. I mean, there's been people who have been supporting me for a few weeks and people who have been supporting me for 10 years. And honestly, it's just an incredible feeling, really.
Well, the last time you were here was for your Opry debut. And then literally a few days later, we see you on nationwide television on New Year's Eve
That's
with
right.
Keith
We were
Urban. So what was that whole experience like, just doing so many gigs with him?
He is just absolutely incredible. I've learned so much, just not only how to be an amazing entertainer or a musician, I mean, just how to handle your business, just both on and off stage. He's just such an icon, and I literally got to learn from him from the best scene in the house, and I will never take the past year for granted. It's actually like the 1-year anniversary month this month, and it's crazy that I actually got invited back to play the Opry, the 1-year month anniversary of me being on tour with Keith. But he's just absolutely fantastic, and I really hope to do more things with him in the future.
I mean, that's like doing a guitar intensive, because you were telling us like he would look back and go, we're going to do this. And you're thinking, I don't know that song.
Literally, yeah.
I'm going to, okay, what key is it in? And here we are. And we're going with it.
Yeah, when I first got hired, it was him doing club dates. So it was anywhere between 100 and 150 cap rooms. And he would write 2 songs down on a set list, and then we'd play for 2.5 hours. And a lot of times it would be people yelling in the crowd, some of his old cuts that are literally older than I am. And being like, and then he'd be like, oh yeah, that song. He would start playing it, and I would just be like forced to jump in and be like, I've never played this before, but here we go. But honestly, that's what makes you such a great musician. And just I went to rock star school, basically.
You sure did. And you graduated with a PhD.
Thank
Congratulations.
you. Does that make me a doctor? Wait, hold on.
You get to charge a copay. I'd go for it.
Yeah.
For sure. Going to be playing tonight at the Grand Ole Opry. We actually have a video, Other Side of the World, that we're going to roll right now all around the world. So give us the details on this song.
Okay, well, this is probably the most illogical song I've ever written in my life. And here's why. So I am so grateful that I get to have a job that lets me travel so much. And so last year, I'll never forget, I was sitting in Switzerland about to play a show, and I was texting my mom goodnight. And I was like, wait, Mom, I'm living your tomorrow, so don't worry about it. You're going to have a great day because I'm living your tomorrow, so don't be afraid. And I know that's not how it works, okay? But I always introduce the song being like, there's so many people who are so scared to go to bed because they don't know if they're going to wake up. But there are people living our tomorrow on the other side of the world. So that's the message of the song, is it doesn't matter. Somebody else is living our tomorrow, so tomorrow's going to be just fine.
Oh, so good. All right, we're going to play it right now, and you are hearing it on WSM. It's Maggie Baugh, Other Side of the World.
More Coffee, Country, and Cody is on WSM.
And on the Assembly Food Hall stage with us this morning, Maggie Baugh. She made her Grand Ole Opry debut end of last year. And now she is coming back. Return visit happening tonight. She is going to be on the stage. So second time around, how you feeling already? The pressure's already less, right?
No, girl, I'm still nervous. I'm still shaking in my boots. What do you mean?
Well, but you've been through it. So it's like at least you have an idea. And this time it's not going to be as crazy. Like they're not going to have cameras in your face and recording and all of the extra stuff. It's just going to be normal performance.
Absolutely. I mean, listen, just to be even invited back is an honor. To even play that stage is an honor. I mean, the legends in country music that have stepped in that circle. I mean, I think I'm going to be nervous every time.
Well, I was just looking and I thought about this. Okay, so tonight, sold out Opry House. If we have everybody in the seats, it's 4,400 people.
Correct.
Crazy.
But then I look, Maggie Baugh, you have 350,000 people following you on TikTok. So how does that relate in your brain? Do you ever really think about there are 350,000 people out there that know who you are and
That's
have
wild.
your name on their phone?
No, I honestly can't. So when people come up to me and they're like, oh my God, are you Maggie Baugh like before a show? And I'm like, why? Who's asking? You know? I still don't think it's registered. Like who I am right now is who I am on stage all the time. Like it hasn't changed. Like I don't think there's a difference between Maggie Baugh on stage versus Maggie Baugh hanging out, you know?
Yeah.
So to be honest, like I'm such a people person. So I guess that number to me is just a number on an app. For me, the real way that I get to really feel that, I guess, is on stage. So I truly feel that number when I'm standing on a sold out show tonight at the Opry. Are you kidding me? And when I'm standing on stage. But for me, like it's really hard for me to connect to people on social media because, again, I'm such a people person. But I'm really grateful for everybody who's been following me, and please don't unfollow me.
Well, this is what I love about the Opry, though. Tonight, you'll be there for the second time. Bill Anderson, this July, will be 64 years as a member of the Opry family.
Oh my
and
gosh.
it's just the perfect spectrum of everything that's good about country music. You know, somebody who's been around for 6.5 decades having hits, and somebody who's just starting that path. It's such a great mix.
Absolutely. Well, make sure that you're keeping track. So write it in your diary. Like this was number one. This is number two.
I'm just trying to beat you silly. What are you saying?
Right? Well, and that's how I learned.
5,400 more, and we'll come back.
I'm coming after you, girl. Watch out.
I'm telling you, that's the person. When I made my debut as an announcer, she said, keep track of all of them. And so like I write it down on all of my scheduling. It's like, oh, this is show 138.
That is
show
crazy. What number are you on?
I think 139.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I know. And
my
Charlie's
gosh.
well ahead of me.
But I'm kicking myself because it's such an only child thing to do, to keep track, and
course.
I didn't do it. I exhibit so many only child traits. I'm like the poster child for the only child, and I haven't done it. If I had to guess, it's close to 300.
That's insane.
Yeah.
And just to be a part of the 100 years, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Like the fact that I get to live that in my lifetime.
Yeah.
The fact that I have 100 years at the Opry and Dolly Parton in the same lifetime.
We're in a good
Kids,
space.
read about this in the history
Right.
books and you're going to have so much FOMO.
Yep.
Okay?
Yeah. We're real happy that we're living when we're living right now. You've got all kinds of incredible dates that are lined up. You can find it all at maggiebaugh.com, including all the tour dates. But I really want to talk about heading over to the UK because you're going over in May and then you go back over again September or October?
August.
August. Okay. So What is it about playing? Have you played there already?
This is actually my second time going back.
Okay. Yeah. What is it about playing over there that hits different?
I just feel like they're so appreciative because there's not a lot of music that goes over there. Mm-hmm. So I truly feel like it's the quantity that they're just so grateful to have it. You know, it is truly very hard to get over there, and it's very time consuming. So I bet there's not a lot of country artists, especially at my caliber, who are independents 100%, that don't really get to go over there. So the only way that they get to discover new music is by online. So the fact that like there's people who go over there and spend the time performing, they're just so appreciative and so grateful.
That's amazing.
Birmingham, Alabama, Birmingham, England.
Yes.
Throw that out there for
yes.
you. Okay.
You got to say it with the different accents.
Birmingham,
Alabama, or Birmingham.
Birmingham, yes.
That would be a great T-shirt.
Well, you know, they did a big English Premier League tour. I'm a huge soccer fan. Manchester United is my team, so I'm very jealous 3 straight nights in Manchester. Anyway, but
I'll bring you back some merch.
Oh, bless you. Thank you. Yeah. Take your photo in front of Old Trafford. That's their historic football stadium.
Yeah? Okay.
But Tottenham Hotspur came and did an exhibition match against Manchester City a few years ago, and the poor PA announcer called them Tottenham, and like they were equally booing and laughing at it. So you know.
Well, we'll do all the pronunciation. Make sure that we get it all correct. And I'm going to introduce you to Absolute Radio over
Please
there.
Please do.
Yeah.
So, I would absolutely love that.
You're going to love it. You're going to love it. But you're going to play for us this morning.
If that's okay.
Heart?
Yeah.
Are you doing Entertainer's Heart for us?
Yeah. So last time I played this was right after I got the announcement that I was going to make my Grand Ole Opry debut, and I couldn't even get through this song because I was bawling my eyes out. So I thought I might as well come back for a redemption.
Sure.
Okay.
It was beautiful then. It will be beautiful now. Here's Maggie Baugh.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Oh, please do that tonight.
Oh, Lord. Okay, well, now I got to change all of I did it in my debut.
I know you did. Did you change the verse on your debut?
I did.
Okay, I couldn't remember.
I did.
I couldn't remember. Well, it's just so beautiful.
Oh, my God. Thank you.
You're amazing.
Maybe I'll tell the Opry band to take a break, and I'll be like, change of plans, boys.
I'm just saying, you're captivating. You're
really so
are.
Sweet.
It's incredible, and we love seeing you. Please always come back and see us.
At 1,000%, always.
All right, Charlie, you want to do your lineup one more time?
Absolutely. Grand Ole Opry stars Whisperin' Bill Anderson, Daly and Vincent, Charlie McCoy, Opry Next Stage alum Josh Ross, Billy Dean, Rhett Walker, Aaron Enderlin, Maggie Baugh.
Oh, it's all happening tonight on the stage at the Grand Ole Opry. Maggie Baugh, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
Good to see you. We've got more right here on Coffee Country and Cody next.